Hey, I just got back from lunch. Did you finish that report yet?
Well, not exactly. Still working on it. I'm not finished just yet. I got a little sidetracked, but I will get them to you first thing this afternoon.
It is first thing this afternoon.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, I am working on
But
it. I'll have.
what do you mean that the report isn't finished yet?
I'm still in the process of working on it. I've just been a little distracted.
Distracted. Our meeting starts in an hour.
I can have it.
No. What were you doing? Were you listening to another hunting podcast again? I swear, I give the staff in this office the freedom to do whatever they want to do as long as they meet a deadline. That is the first bullet underneath your job description. Pays attention to detail and deadlines. And deadlines. Dude, are you even listening to me right now?
Welcome to episode 187 of the Whitetail Distraction Podcast. My name's Austin, and joining me in the PodPort, Charles Headland. Beauty.
See, the first one's always the best.
It is always the best.
It builds in there.
I'm sorry.
What's up, man?
How you doing, buddy?
A lot better now. Hear
Beautiful.
that? You hear that?
Beautiful.
That's the old Forester.
Yeah, it is. The
Forester.
1897 or the 187.
I'm actually on the team Foresters for the Southern Collective Patreon group deer competition.
Interesting.
We were in the lead, and our season hasn't even kicked off yet. So.
True.
But now we're not in the lead. I think we're behind, but we're up there.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
So, cheers to Old Forester, 1897 bottled and bond.
I'll
Drink
cheers
of
you.
choice. Cheers. Brady's in the
Cheers.
building.
Brady's
cheers.
in the building.
Forletta's back in the building.
Dude, it's been a minute.
Holy shit. Like year one, maybe. Last time this fucker was here.
I don't know. You were here a lot, then you just fell off.
He just disappeared. Like,
You know you're always welcome here.
dude just got married. He
did.
You know, doing big boy shit.
Doing big boy shit.
He just acting like an adult all of a sudden. I don't understand what happened to
They
him.
grow up so fast.
Right? Right before our eyes, man. Right before he was never little, so I can't say little for Letta.
No.
It's all right.
Hi, friend. Hi, new friend.
Good to meet you.
Hello, old friend.
Hey, buddy. All right. So let's get through some ads. Yes.
Yeah, let's get the stuff out of the way.
Can't really
real
call
quick.
them ads. These are promotional
These
items.
are promotional items. Speaking of promotional items,
What are we speaking about?
this week's spotlight on Scree Gear is the Grid Light Jacket.
I like the grid light jacket.
I'm a big fan of it.
I like it so much I have both versions of the grid light jacket.
I like it so much. I have both versions of the Grid Light Jacket.
And I have 3 of them.
I only have 2 of them. They're comfy as shit,
Dude,
though.
well, when they came out with solids, I got a green.
Yeah, that's true. Look,
They had the old mountains. I had the old mountain stealth pattern in Gen 1, and then I had to get the Summit
I like
Gen
it.
2, which I think the Gen 2 is a little warmer than the first one.
I do too. The
I'm
micro
really-
fleece is like a little bit nicer.
a little bit
tighter
warmer.
weave on it. Mm-hmm. Not as much pilling. It's good.
Is it pilling or piling?
Pilling.
I always thought it was piling,
Same.
right?
Yep.
It's spelled that way.
You learn
Fuck, I
something
don't
new
know.
every
Maybe
day.
I'm just a
Pilling's
dummy
like-
over
you-
here. I
You
don't
said
know.
it very convincingly, though. I'm
My
gonna,
wife says it's pilling, and she is like a grammar Nazi. I'm
Doesn't
just
mean
saying.
she can pronounce.
I don't know.
Grammar and
knows?
pronunciation are 2 totally different things.
Who knows?
I can't do either.
Not that I don't believe her or trust her over both and all of us at this table,
True. I
but
don't
it
know.
looks a lot like piling to me.
It might be piling.
I don't know. Someone let us know.
Speaking of piling, this is a good deal, and you should probably use code WDP20 for 20% off your first purchase anyway. So
And then pile a couple more items in there.
there
Huh?
you go.
And then when you're wearing it, pile up some deer.
Oh my good googly moogly.
dude.
You know what else piles up deer?
Combat veterans.
Combat veterans from VIP Archery.
Yep.
The baddest broadheads in the business.
I got 2 of them sitting on the dash right now.
Yeah, and you know what?
the
It's
third one is?
October.
The third one's on an arrow.
Uh-oh. I got some in the air on some arrows down in the basement.
Uh-huh. She's ready to go because I hunted last week.
You did. You
Yeah.
did. It's October 3rd.
What?
It's October 3rd.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah, it
aggressive.
just is. It's October.
Yeah.
You know what else happens in October?
You can potentially, if you haven't yet, you can plant some of them late season plots.
You can, but I was going to go a different direction
Freddy
with
Krueger
it.
blood.
I was going to say it's almost Halloween, and you know what else is associated
go
with
ahead,
Halloween?
go
Freddy
ahead.
Krueger. You know what's else associated with Freddy Krueger? Freddy Krueger blood from the combat veteran.
Okay, up that.
That was a really long.
I should have just let you have your moment. I took your moment.
You know what? It's okay.
I was trying to bring you into the next one.
But you know what the next one is?
What's that word again?
Triticale.
Triticale?
I don't know. I call it tricale.
There's an I in there.
We're going to call it triticale.
Triticale.
Radish triticale blend. Because you can plant this bad boy the whole way up until
Okay,
October.
so triticale is just a wheat rye hybrid.
Yeah,
Why
well,
don't
there
they
you
just
go.
say that?
Yeah,
Why are they
I
going to
don't
make
know.
up these words and names for things?
Rad wheat rye hybrid.
Listen, that wheat rye is actually like phenomenal forage for deer.
I like rye whiskey.
Same.
saying.
Same. Sazerac rye. Have you had it?
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Have you had it?
I don't think I've had
I'll have to
Sazerac.
bring it over.
Very good.
Okay.
I got a whole bottle of it. It's very good.
There you go.
For a rye, if you haven't had it, you got to try it.
I was gonna say,
Okay,
if people
I'm
like
down.
it, I'm sure deer do.
That's a good
I'm
point.
sure deer do too.
They should.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're just being foolish.
You know what else is foolish? Not using code distraction10 to get 10% off your purchase.
That would be pretty stupid. Like, who doesn't want to save money, right?
And then ripping into our almost new sponsor, which we're going to absolutely reach out
Hashtag
to.
not a sponsor.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Occidental
Yet.
Leather for the dip can
Let's
holster.
go.
Holds your Zen cans like a freaking champion, apparently.
Yeah.
Like a glove.
20 doll hairs.
We're going to have to get a hold of them, see if they can throw our logo on that bad boy.
Yeah.
Check them out. OccidentalLeather.com. Thing looks phenomenal.
We'll turn them around and sell them for them.
There you go.
Dude, that'd be sick.
Go on our TikTok shop.
That we don't have. We don't
we
have.
don't have.
We should. Does it cost anything to do a TikTok shop?
I have no idea. That's how
Dude,
little
a
I've
lot
looked
of
into
people
it.
are. A lot of people are shopping on TikTok now. I bought seeds off of TikTok. Smacking brand.
Pretty good.
Dude, they're the best.
I have
Like,
seen
they are the
ads for
best.
those.
Get them. If
Okay.
if you guys are like seed fanatics like I am, not deer
The ones
seed.
that interest me the most, I gotta
Smacking.
be honest, the freaking
should've
churros
brought
ones
some.
interest me.
They're amazing.
Yes.
Are they really?
I love a good
They're
churro
amazing.
seed.
They have my brain in like shambles.
Yep.
dude.
I have 3 bags. I will give you a bag.
Oh my, that dedication, and you know what? I love you for it.
Took gentleman and a
out of me.
scholar.
That took a lot out of me.
It did.
They're like, they come out to.
That was heartfelt.
It hurt. Okay, it hurt a little bit. I think they're like $3-4 a bag when it comes down to it.
That's not
Like,
that
you gotta order, but you find the right promotion, you can get them cheaper.
How much
And
are
that's-
David's or Biggs?
When you get them at a gas station? You're paying gas station pricing,
So there you go. I'd pay it anyway.
and they're way better.
I'll
Lower,
give you $3
lower
for
sodium.
'em.
Lower sodium. They don't blow up your mouth, your lips, tongue, whatever. Lips, yeah, tongue, all that good stuff. They're amazing. The flavor is unreal. I will say my favorite's the garlic parm.
Ooh.
Garlic parm is absolutely fire.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's the cinnamon churros. They're a lot sweeter.
Hey.
It's way different, but you know, I know
That's what has me like messed up about them. Like they have to be phenomenal.
they're so good.
Yeah. Okay.
They're so
Well,
good.
Yeah.
It's a tasty treat.
I'm down for it.
Here's how good they are. I had their ranch, and their ranch ain't even their best flavor. Like it's not that
Do
great.
they have a pickle too?
Yes, they do.
'Cause I do like
It's
a good pickle.
It's good pickle.
Okay.
Their ranch is kind of like Biggs. I ate the entire bag Sunday watching football games.
Nothing
An
wrong
entire
with that.
bag in one sit.
Nothing wrong with that. That's
They're
a good
4-ounce
review.
bags.
Good
That's a
set.
good review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heartfelt.
Cool
I've
with
had
it.
every single flavor. The cracked pepper are actually spicy.
I love cracked
like
pepper
it.
seeds.
Dude,
Oh, my God.
They're a little spicy. Like I ate them, but man, like they keep bringing you back.
Come on, man.
I thought you were gonna. Why is it spicy?
Why
I
is
thought
it
you had
spicy?
that.
Oh, I should. I'll load it up
I was
later.
gonna say I don't know if you have that one.
Why is that spicy? I have a bunch I need to download too, so we're good.
So I have some at home. I can have you guys try them if you want, but Smacking Seeds also not a sponsor yet.
Reach out. We should have him on. That's a great
Dude,
idea.
it's like some young kid like our age.
I know he
maybe
is.
younger than
He
us.
walks around with a little freaking cooler. He's like, "Hey, do you like seeds?"
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah, some young dude.
yeah. Give me a review.
Like good for him, man. I don't know how he did it. He probably has daddy's money or something, but good for him.
I like it.
It's where every good business starts, right?
Bingo.
Speaking of good businesses, hey, Brady's here.
Speaking of good businesses, that's absolutely right.
We got Brady Lutz in the building, not Lutz. Definitely Lutz.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Been called a lot worse.
Have you ever seen the movie Elemental?
I have not. Good
We
one.
love you, Lutz. We love you, Lutz.
I've never seen that movie.
You will. Don't worry. It's a Disney movie.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
coming down the pike then.
We'll both be.
yeah,
Yeah.
coming down the pike.
Yeah. So, anyways, Brady's here. Long-time listener, first-time caller here in the building. And we're going to talk some deer hunting.
I like it.
Like you said, it's freaking October, dude. We're going to get into some things. But first, you know, people probably don't know who you are. Okay, so I'm going to give you a moment to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right.
Who you are, where you're from, what you do,
Yeah.
and why Forletta's an ugly bitch.
Well, that goes without saying.
My God.
Saw him catching. He was falling asleep a little bit. I had to throw
He's
a
had
little fire
about
at him.
4 glasses of bourbon already, and he's not a bourbon guy, so
He's
it
hitting-
might
he
be an
likes it.
interesting night.
He's hitting
He
that
likes
Texas
it.
bourbon that's a little bit hot. The old one-eyed drive, baby.
No, Brady Lutz, like Chuck said, been listening for a long time.
Appreciate it.
Very
Thank
excited
you.
to be out here talking with the boys a little bit. Fired up with this weather coming in. Nothing special. Just don't feel like I should be here. Happy to be here. Work for a company right here, Lindy Paving, and then on the side, Anthony and I have a little construction business, Bucked Up Construction. That's how ate up with deer we are, that we put a deer on our logo. So yeah, we love it. Just trying to find a little bit of time. New dad, got a little girl that came about 11 weeks ago today. So thought that was going to impact my time out in the woods. Don't think it's going to as much. Got a rock star of a wife. Baby's doing good. So I think I'm going to be out quite a bit this year. Looking forward to it.
That is a beautiful thing, and
It sure is, buddy.
I got to be honest. This is going to be a good podcast. You're into
Yeah,
it.
100%. I'm going to be like, hey, sweetheart, check this out. Now I can hunt the cold front next week.
You cut it right before you say all that.
Bingo.
Bingo.
That's
Like,
all the
babe,
more
look,
she'll listen
I was
to.
on a podcast and then play and then stop. See
Yep.
how many good
That
things
was
I
the
said
whole
about you?
podcast.
Yeah, that was it. That's all
that
we
was it.
talked about.
You know what? We
Cut
gotta help our main man out. We'll do the album art and we'll do a
Yeah.
reel with it, and we'll just have that play over and over in a loop. We'll tag her in it.
Golden. I'll be able to hunt whenever I want.
We got you, boy.
Our album merch is going to be him and his wife. No deer.
No dear.
Like his engagement pictures or something.
The hunt is over.
We were talking about naming deer. That might be cornier than naming deer.
It might be.
But
I'm here for both.
oh, for sure. That was classic.
Unbelievable.
That's a good one. Well, hey, listen.
Anyway.
You'd mentioned that you didn't feel like you should be here. You don't feel like you should be here. Come on, man. We're all boys.
That's true.
We're all boys here.
What is
okay?
that?
Yeah. You brought Bone and you brought Blanton's. You can't do much better than that. Like you can't
Yeah.
come to our podcast port,
The PodPort.
the PodPort,
PodPort.
and do any better. You just can't.
Well, I appreciate it.
I hope someone tries.
I'm just trying.
You like deer hunting?
I like deer hunting. I like bourbon. I like beer.
You're welcome
Good
here.
company.
I hate beer. I hate beer, but I'll drink it.
I don't know. This is
It tastes so bad.
so
Dude, the
delicious.
Blockhouse is
Blockhouse is
phenomenal.
phenomenal.
Blockhouse
dude.
are good.
I don't know if you can call that a beer. That's
I don't
a
know. It's
pumpkin
just
ale.
pumpkin ale.
Ever do a little caramel around the rim with some cinnamon and sugar with those? It's like you're having a pumpkin
I
pie.
thought about it. These are the first beers I've drank in a while, so I was like,
Dude, do the
I'm just gonna
cinnamon
keep the
sugar
tone
rim.
down a
Yep.
little bit.
Cinnamon sugar
Might be
rim.
the most feminine thing I do, but it is good.
It's good.
I'll do it with a smile on my face.
Yo,
I never done it with the caramel.
Caramel, a little bit of caramel, some cinnamon and sugar, and some pumpkin spice seasoning in there. Dip your
Damn,
little rim. Oh,
getting real serious.
why'd you
Real
bring
good.
Blanton's?
I know. I should have brought some cinnamon and sugar.
What letter do you have?
That is an L. I've got
L.
2 bottles at home. I saved this one until my daughter was born, and then when we brought her home from the hospital, finally cracked one.
That was your baby bottle.
That
L
was
for Lutz.
L for Lutz.
Lutz.
Close enough.
I keep saying Lutz because I fucking elemental, dude. L for Lutz.
We went over this.
I know. And the only Lutz I know is,
Is Brady?
it's Brady and freaking Bubba.
And Bubba.
dude.
Bubba.
And they're Lutz. They're not Lutz. It just,
Yeah.
I was talking about it. It's stuck in my head.
Unreal.
I'm
It's
sorry.
unreal. Anyways, what's your other letter? Are they both L's?
They're both L's, unfortunately. I know.
You got them at the same time.
No, different times, different states even.
no.
One was from Maryland and one was from Ohio, but they both ended up being L's.
Was there only one bottle there, or was it like, hey, I
Every
want that
single one
B?
of them was L's.
Oh,
there
my
weren't very
goodness.
many bottles at either place. I think there were 3 at one and 4 at the other, and all of them were
Yeah.
L's. So I
That's-
think everybody else did their picking first.
They
When are we
did.
going to get a W?
We're just picking L's right now. Anyways, remember, nobody knows. Blanton's, each bottle has a letter of the word Blanton, and then you put them all together, and they'll send you like this big skeet thing or something. I don't
Yep.
know. John, one of his buddies has it. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, so you can collect them.
Yeah. I've seen guys that have like the cork displays and stuff like that. It's pretty
Yep.
sweet.
I think they make little like shadow cases for
Yeah.
them that you can put them in.
Yeah.
I'm years away from that, but gonna
okay.
try.
I only have my buddy bought me the little guy, and I don't remember what letter it is. Maybe N. I don't know.
No.
There's 2 N's in Blanton, so if you had 2 N's, you would have been set.
Yeah.
You know?
Be golden.
Nah, 2 L's. That's no bueno.
Bad.
Bad.
Anyways,
But you know what is a win?
God, we're still
It's October and it's almost deer season.
Woo!
Hey,
Oh, by the way, how'd you like the Wolcott?
That is good.
Is it you like it?
Smooth.
Give it
Yeah.
to me straight.
I like it.
Yeah. Dude,
I mean,
it's
that's
got
a $30 bottle. That's one of the better $30 bottles I've had. Mm-hmm. Very good.
It's got so much flavor to it.
Yeah.
I love that bottle. Can't find it around here. I got to go back to South Carolina and buy it.
well,
I might drive down just for that.
Yeah.
sounds like you got a trip planned.
Beach trip. It's a good thing my brother-in-law lives there,
Good.
and we're gonna go frequently. And I'll keep buying bottles.
Sounds like you
I
can
might
mail
buy
it to you.
10 of them. I might buy 10.
There you go.
Nah, I got to drink through everything else first.
Yeah, that happens.
All right, so we covered beer. We've covered bourbon. Let's talk deer. But we
Also,
got deer on
speaking
the
of
table.
W's, let's go into the whitetails.
I hate you. Tonight, I might hate you.
I can't help it.
I feel like you're on a game show. Right now, you're a game show hosting us. You're just driving us down over a cliff right now. And
Oh, absolutely.
I kind of like it.
Anyway,
anyways,
what were we saying?
Listen, I was creeping on you on the way over here, and I'm like, dude, either this guy doesn't post pictures of deer, or he hasn't fucking killed shit in like 10 years. I think it's been 10 or 11 years since you've posted a deer picture.
Yeah, I don't know
What's up with
why.
that?
I don't post a lot of the deer. For the longest time, I was shooting pretty much the same buck every single year, and I got kind of burned out on it. Just little basket rack, 7 points, 8 points. We have a small family farm up in Volant, and that's kind of what I cut my teeth on hunting. And there's a little oak patch there that, honestly, it's where I'm going to be Saturday morning, hopefully get a doe out of there. But I got kind of sick of shooting the same exact deer every time. Mm-hmm. And last couple of years, we moved down to like the Zillionople area. And from there, I was just kind of burned out of driving home and hunting up there. So I've just been kind of branching off, trying to find different places to go, trying a lot of public stuff, and started getting a little bit more selective. So, yeah, I don't know why I don't post as much on there. A couple of my buddies and I have I shouldn't even say I'm really super part of it. They started a little YouTube page and Instagram and stuff that we put most of our stuff on, United Whitetails. I don't know if we're really getting serious with it or not, but that's where anytime I get a buck, it goes over on there. But for the most part, I've tried to keep that one separate. I don't do a heck of a lot on Instagram besides my wife and now my daughter on there, but a lot of fishing stuff on there. But
Oh, that's what I wanted to bring up. Yeah. I'm a little surprised you wanted to be here. Maybe that's why he made that comment.
I am guilty as charged.
Wow, I don't hate on the fly fisherman.
Not like me.
I try not to be a pompous ass about it. There's quite a
It's
few
okay.
guys that are
Yeah, that's all right.
a little in your face about it. I got this guy on it. I took this guy fly fishing.
All right.
He has gone with me, I think, twice. His first time out, mind you, probably the first 15 times I went fly fishing, I'm snagging and everything. Every time I hook into a fish, it's popping off my line because I don't know what I'm doing.
Makes sense.
I take him out with me one time, and he catches a beautiful tiger trout. I didn't even know there were tiger trout in Pennsylvania. His first drift down, he's like, I think I got a fish. I'm like, oh, shit, yeah, you do. I go over to help him net it. He's stripping his line, pulling it in. He's like, what is this? I was like, dude, I think that's a tiger trout. I was like, I didn't even know those were in Pennsylvania. Still got a picture of him with it on my phone. I was like, yeah, I've been fly fishing for like 8 years, still never caught one of them.
Oh,
His first time
man.
out, he catches one.
So now you're hooked.
No pun intended.
Oh,
You did it on accident. You're like in a zone right now, dude. You can't even help yourself.
Speaking of W's,
No, I've always had it's been a running joke of me making fun of not even making fun of five. What would you call it? Just like having a negative attitude towards them?
yeah, you were hating on him pretty hard.
Yeah, maybe. Who was that guy that
It's
walked out
okay.
into the hole that I was fishing that one time?
Dude.
Everybody's had it happen.
I think I might have been there.
It was up to camp. You probably were there. It was a long time ago. Dude just waded out in the middle of the creek, and we remember my dad said we should have fucking just cast it into his
Start
chest.
hitting him.
Yeah, I was there. That was so long.
Dude, it was so long ago, and I still live off of it.
Charles had like a 15-minute rant.
Some of my better friends fly fish, so let's just put it out there, okay? I'm not fly fisherist, okay? I'm not. All right. I love all fishermen.
You're out in the woods. You're on a stream. You're on the water. You're enjoying the outdoors. I'm cool with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. I just
Yeah,
had to make that joke.
There's definitely levels to it. There's some guys that have been around that I'm like, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
Biggest thing with it is I try to do it so I can get away from people, and then you still just keep finding people, especially after COVID. That was the biggest thing. Everybody was, quote, working from home.
Yeah.
It was working from a fly or a trout stream.
They got chest pack with their laptop on it.
And I was guilty of it too. I was down there doing it quite a bit. And some of the spots that I used to go to where I'd never see people, it's like, oh, okay, shit, there's 8 people down here now.
Yeah.
Well,
So
the government gave
Dude
us
with
those
his
nice
Netco.
checks, and people went out and bought fly fisherman gear, probably.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that one too.
Sims waders. What are this? That's a brand, right?
Sims are great.
Oh,
waders.
yeah.
Yeah, they're good. It's a
great
good
waders.
brand, huh? Yeah, that probably did happen. COVID was, man, that was a time. I was just going back to the COVID days, actually. My boss, I gotta watch what I say on these things. My boss on the way home from Penn State the other day listened to one of our podcasts when we were it was with our 2 boys way back in the day. He's like, hey, and I heard you talking about leaving work early all the time. And I was like, hey, buddy, statute limitations cut in. So, right there. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing my boss doesn't listen because he's a huge fly fisherman. So
It's all right. I don't work for him.
it's all good. He doesn't like me anyway.
It's been, though, like a dream of mine for as long as probably since I can't remember that movie that came out. But to basically just fly fish a beautiful stream in like Montana.
That's where he fishes. So, you guys would get along great.
That's been like my dream since Disturbia. Is that the movie?
Yeah.
Where the kid at
Shia
the very
LaBeouf.
beginning, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Remember Joe there?
Joe went there and did that for his honeymoon. Yeah, yeah. But like that
Good old
movie,
Jomo.
that opening scene, it's him and his dad fly fishing.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
it was- and then they get in a car accident. His dad dies.
Yeah.
That opening scene, like I was like, dude, that's what I want. In a bad way, that's what I want. And I'm never gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what I always
Ever.
pictured it. And then you get like 4'9" guys who are just as wide as they are tall, right beside you, mouth breathing whenever you're trying to fish. When you're fly fishing around here, that's what you run into. If you close your eyes, you can picture Montana, but for the most part, it's pretty slim pickings around here.
Yeah, it's tough. The old tie nest gets wide in a couple spots, and that's close enough.
Oh, my.
Oh shit. So, anyways, let's talk some deer hunt, man.
Yeah.
How long you been deer hunting?
Oh, I've been deer hunting since I was, I think right around 12 I started, so this is probably year 16. I didn't pick up a bow until, I shot bows for a long time. From the time I was like 12 until I was probably 15, I used to shoot competitive, some indoor stuff. But my dad didn't ever hunt. My mom wasn't into it. My grandpa was a little bit. So he kind of got me into it. He's the one that got me into fishing. We used to go up to Canada every year. He had a camp up there. And I still remember with my dad not being into it, the first time he ever took me like squirrel hunting, I think I was like 12 or 13, and we were sitting on this stump and this doe walked up. She had no idea we were there, and that's all I could think about was, dude, this is so awesome that this deer has no idea that I'm here. And my dad still tells the story of me sitting on this log, and I like pretended like I was drawing my bow back while I had a shotgun laying across my legs, and that got me hooked. And then I bow hunted for quite a few years. Shot my first doe with a bow. I think I was a senior in high school. I didn't have a lot of time because I played football and stuff. And then
That's tough.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, didn't have much time, so I didn't kill my first deer with a bow until my senior year of high school. And then I didn't kill a buck, actually, ever until I think I was 19 was when I killed my first buck, and it was with a bow. But where I grew up, my neighbors had a lot of property. We have a small piece, but there's not really a lot of deer on it. They pass through it, but they don't bet on it. And my neighbors had right around 300 acres that I had permission on, but it just got absolutely hammered. The Blue Army would come out. I mean, if it was brown, it was getting shot. So I didn't have a lot of opportunities at deer. And then as I kind of got into bow hunting a little bit, I started like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. I can get in here a little bit early, try to figure out the deer.
And then I went on a stretch there from when I was 18 until I think I was 24. I killed a buck the first week archery every year for like 6 years in a row, but they were all the same buck in the same spot. I kind of got burned out, just little basket rack, 7 points, 8 points, stuff like that. But I really like doing it. Something about it, I know you guys can attest to it, of just being in a tree, that deer being within 30, 40 yards, you having no clue you're there.
Yes.
And then letting the air out of it.
Best thing in the world.
There's nothing better. So yeah, I got hooked as soon as I got my first one when I was 18, and I've been doing it since. And it's a lot of messes, a lot of screw ups in the process, but it's what makes us better. I can tell the story in a little bit of one that I was hunting last year that I ended up getting him into like 8 or 9 yards last year, low 150 class 10 point, and I had him at like 9 yards, and I had no clue he was there, and he busted me, and watched him run off out of my life, and saw him one more time, and then he got shot a couple days after I got this one sitting on the table. So you live and you learn. It's the best part about it.
Damn.
Dude.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's painful.
He was a stud.
I know how that feels.
Patches O'Houlihan.
Patches
Patches.
O'Houlihan.
Rest in peace.
If you can, yeah, he
Are you ready for this one?
I'm
dodge
ready.
a ball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yeah,
Bingo.
dude.
And he can dodge a Brady, apparently.
Yeah, he was good at it.
Little Patches. Sorry.
That's okay.
It probably still hurts. I don't mean,
does.
yeah.
2 years of chasing that bad boy.
Old Patches, huh?
So I got to ask, why didn't you see him? Were you texting? Were you
No.
looking at? Were you TikToking?
So
Was he behind you?
He was behind me, and he was
okay.
where I've never seen a deer come out of before in my life hunting that farm. It was so. I'll go back October 26th. I knew this deer was in there. I'd seen him a couple times. I had a bunch of trail camera pictures of him. He was real finicky. He hated trail cameras. I've got a couple of videos of him where you get a picture and you're like, oh, there he is. And then I request the video. You get it. Every time he looks right at that camera and just takes off. So he would burn out little spots. Like if he saw my camera, he wouldn't want anything to do with it. And the 26th, I got a trail camera picture of him down on this bottom. So I went in there that evening to hunt him. And I set my stand. Everything was perfect. And the wind started shifting about 5 o'clock. And I was like, dude, I got to get out of here. This is an old, I think he was 5.5 last year. I was like, this is an old deer. The way this creek's running down here, I know for a fact if he comes out of where I think he is, where he was going this morning, he's going to bust me and I'm never going to see him again. So I pulled out of there. My wife actually had a doctor's appointment the next day, so I had a PTO day in on the 27th. And I left my stand in the tree, and I told myself, I'm going to be back in here in the morning, and I'm going to kill this deer. Got a trail camera picture of him that night coming right through, and I still kicked myself for it. I got lazy in the morning on the 27th. It was kind of rainy out. I was like, dude, I don't need to go in there. He's not going to be moving. So I went to the gym. I think it was like 8:30, 8:35. I'm at the gym and my phone goes off and boom, there he is. Right, you can literally see the tree in the background where my stand is, and I was sick to my stomach.
See why I don't go to the gym?
Oh.
You done messed up, Aaron!
So we go down to Pittsburgh for my wife's doctor's appointment. The whole time we're down there, I'm just like sick to my stomach.
Is this a
I'm like,
baby
dude,
appointment?
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't at that point
It'd be
yet.
about that time frame,
It was
right?
close.
Yeah.
It was real close. But yeah, it was a different one. We're down there. She's like, yeah, let's go to lunch after. I'm like, no. I was like, we'll stop.
No.
I'll get you Starbucks on the way home. We'll get Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. I was like, I need to get in the woods. So I get back up home, get changed, showered, get out in the woods at like 2 o'clock, start walking in, and it is pouring. And the whole time I'm walking in, I'm like, dude, I'm not feeling confident at all. So I didn't want to get down on that bottom where I had a stand. So I had a separate stand. I only had one preset on this farm, and I decided I was going to hunt it. And it was right on the edge of this cut bean field. It's kind of like a transition field where there's a big thicket on one side, and there's a row of like 4 trees that separate it from all the big main ag fields. And the deer always stage up in there because they think they're safe in there. And every single time in 3 years that I've hunted that, the deer have come out of that thicket and funneled into that field. And then there's a little pinch right at the end where I'm at, where they filter into the big fields right at last light. Mm-hmm. So at this point, I think turkey season was in. So I had a group of 6 longbeards, or it was right when turkey season was about to come in, fall turkey. I have a group of 6 longbeards out, and I'm just staring at those things. So I'm like, dude, come on, give me a chance. Mm-hmm. So I stand up. I think it was like 6:30, and I rattled,
and hung the antlers up, grabbed the bow because I figured if it was going to happen, it was going to happen pretty quick. Grab the bow, get ready, still kind of sprinkling a little bit, but it is dead quiet in the woods.
Oh,
And
I love that.
Oh, I do too, except for this time.
except for this time.
That is the problem. That is the problem with the rain,
Yeah.
man.
So right behind me is this like ravine that drops down again. Never once hunting this have I seen a deer come out of this ravine. So I'm standing there with my bow in my hand for like 15 minutes, did not move, wasn't doing anything. I was like, all right, well, nothing showed up. It is what it is. So this turkey's kind of filtered out. I spin around to hang my bow up. And as I do, I make eye contact with him at like 8 yards, just standing there staring at me. And I literally went, oh, like out loud. I went, oh shit. And he looks right at me. I try to like grab my bow and start drawing, and he bounds off. And all I see the whole time is just rack of him running. And I'm like, oh God, you got to be kidding me. He goes out to probably 65, 70 yards and some thick stuff, and he just stands there for the longest time staring at me. And then he just turned, flicked his tail, and just walked away. And yeah, that was the 27th. And then I shot this buck November 1st. And then actually November 2nd, I went in to get my stand out of that bottom. And damned if I didn't kick patches out of there at like 35 yards bedded with a doe. And just stood there, stared at me for the longest time. And I could have dusted him 10 times, and I had already shot my buck. And he was there. And then I got a trail camera picture of him on the 3rd. And then on the 4th, he got shot 2.5 miles away on a doe.
Oh, man.
Just straight shot. He must have been running with her all night and just kept going and going, and he got shot. Got a picture from a buddy that I guess was driving through and actually saw the guy load him in the truck and stopped to talk to him. Sent me a picture of it. I was hunting Ohio and I didn't have cell service, and he said, hey, dude, I think that 10-point you're after got shot. And I was like, it could have been a different deer if it's where you're saying it was. He's like, you have crab claws on both sides? I was like, yeah. He's like, 2 throat patches? I was like,
I use a double throw patch,
double
too.
throat. I'll put a picture up, dude. He was a good buck. And I actually,
why.
22 was my first year hunting this farm. And actually my first sit on this farm was October 8th. And we had a really good cold front push through that day. And I didn't know what to expect, really. I'd been out there a little bit and glassed some and seen some deer. And I set up on the edge of this bean field, and I ended up seeing like 35 deer that night.
Damn.
I saw 8 or 9 good bucks. He was the big buck that ended up stepping out, and I tried like an idiot. I tried like grunting at him and stuff like October 8th, and he was like, yeah, something's not right, and just walked right back into the cornfield.
It was October 8th, 2 years ago, you said?
2 years ago.
Yeah.
22 is the first time I saw him, and then I got some trail camera pictures of him. But yeah, this was him September 1st of 2023, right after he came out of Velvet.
Oh, man.
He's
He's
a good buck.
cool looking,
Beautiful
too.
buck. Perfectly symmetrical. I think I got a picture of him dead somewhere, but yeah, that was a heartbreaker. Yeah, there's the old trail camera video of him seeing the camera and taking off.
He does, too.
Dude, he was smart. He absolutely hated trail cameras. I actually saw him. I got him on one camera in 2022. One picture of him in the morning. It was actually the morning of the 8th when I saw him that evening, and he was a 4.5-year-old. And I went out like a week later, and I was sitting in that spot, and I saw him come out, and I literally watched him like look around the edge of the field, look right towards where that camera was, and he looped right back behind it, then come out the field behind it like he knew he didn't want to be on it. He was a weird deer.
Do you ever try hanging your cameras up higher at a site?
I've tried. I had one on a scrape like that, and I literally have a video of him like hitting the scrape, and he stops, like hits the licking branch, and I don't know if when he was hitting the licking branch, he looked right at it,
Right,
and then just
right.
gone.
What kind of cameras you running?
Tactic cams.
That's the problem. Yeah, the cams.
Yeah.
I need something else. They are eating up the batteries. This
They
year.
are revealing themselves. to
Yes,
him.
they are. Not going well right now.
Let me reveal to you the stealth cams because I'm a huge fan.
I will give them a try.
Huge fan. Yeah. And their plans are a lot cheaper.
Are they?
Yeah.
You know what else? is a
Quality
lot
pictures
cheaper?
better too.
I'm paying an arm and a leg right now for those things,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
I
you
will
kidding.
try something else.
$5 a month gets you 600 pictures.
No shit.
600 pictures.
That's pretty
a lot.
good.
And the best part is, if you go over 600, you pay an extra $3, and you now have 1,200 pictures
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's
for
pretty good.
$8.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they're actually kind of cool. I mean, they bit me because I put mine on feed. They kind of bit me in the ass last 2 months ago. But the cool part is, like, I ran out of pictures, whatever. It stopped sending you pictures. When my plan renewed, sent me every single picture.
Really?
Back to, and the same thing, if you turn your plan off,
Yeah.
when you turn it back on, if your camera is alive, it will send you every single picture.
No kidding.
From when the last time you had your camera active.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you can have your camera in the woods and turn it off throughout the winter or whatever, whenever you're not hunting.
Yeah.
Turn it back on in the spring, and then boom, 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 boom.
And it
12.
acts just like a regular stagnant camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which I
dude.
think they changed though, because they filled up my plan again immediately. So I almost feel like
They knew.
Yeah, they give you the old stuff, but also you now have no pictures for this month because
Yeah,
you just
it
you
eats
know
you
you
up.
had 900 pictures come in and your plans for 600 or whatever. So I just went unlimited for a month.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you go.
It's $15 for unlimited, the same as Tacticam,
Yeah.
right? $15.
Yep.
And then I can back it back down to $5 after that.
Yeah, and that's
And
the
I'll be good.
downside with mine is, dude, I eat up pictures because I run most of the year. I run everything on scrapes or mock scrapes. So you get one branch going, and it just like today I got probably 800 pictures of
Yeah.
just nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
it's just
swear.
all day. It's like bing, bing, bing. I'm like, oh, dude.
Yep. I swear shadows of the tree send
Mm-hmm.
off pictures. I swear they do. Because it's crazy. Like in the winter, especially when there's not a lot of foliage,
Yeah.
you get them hard, dark shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like bing, 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 bing. And you're watching the shadow move, and I'm like, fuck.
You know what's killing me
Yep.
right now? Dude,
Squirrels.
We've only had,
Yep.
squirrels are bad right now because there's so many acorns.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
go out in my yard right now. It's like marbles.
Acorns are unreal this year.
Unreal this year. But, dude, the little leaf off that we have, I have a patch. It's on a line of scrapes right now. You can see 3 scrapes from this camera. It's an unbelievable spot. But the leaf off has opened up just a little bit of light. And every time that light moves now, I'm
yeah.
getting pictures. And it is unbelievable, man, because I only got pictures of deer before. Now that light, it shows up. Dude, as soon as I get a picture, I'm just like, I'm not even going to look at it.
Yeah, I know what this is. It's nothing.
It's nothing.
yeah. Yeah, it sucks. But I you know what? I do like stealth cams. I do.
Yeah, I'll give them a
Free
try.
HD pictures.
Oh, that's
You
even
got to
better.
request it.
Yeah.
Get them, and they send them to you. Might take an hour or two. I don't know, but you get them. They're decent. I
don't dig that.
And they're high quality. I think it's like 38 fucking megapixel or whatever.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Oh, dude, I'm going to get a couple.
When I put my
100%.
pictures side by side with Joe's Tacticam, it blows them out.
Dude, the
of water.
Tacticam, like that, and I got a couple of their new ones this year. I have to call customer service anytime I want to try to hook one up. I don't know why. They've had
Yeah.
to send me new SD cards, all kind, or not SD cards, whatever the, geez, the
Like
tiny
the-
little,
the
little,
SIM
The
card?
micro
yeah, SIM
SD.
card.
The
That's
SIM
it.
card.
Yeah.
SIM
those,
cards, yeah.
Like I'll shut them off in like December for rifle, and then I'll go to pull it back out in April, and it just doesn't work. And I got to call them, and they got to send me one. They're like, "Oh, yeah, there's a problem with our network," or a brand new camera out of the box. I feel like a moron because I can't set it up, and it's like, dude, I set this up the same way my other
Yeah.
3 did, and it still doesn't work.
Oh, no.
My wife bought me a solar panel off
Yeah.
of Amazon, just a random one with a whole bunch of connects, and I have that on my stealth cam. I haven't even changed the batteries in them. They're still the same dead lithium batteries in the camera.
That's awesome.
But plug that in, thing is running great.
That's awesome.
So I mean, like that's nice too, because that's like a $30-$40 solar cam.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or still solar panel. You buy a few of those, dude. Batteries are insane right
I
now.
just
they're
got some this
insane.
week. It's absurd. If you want to run lithium
Insanity.
ions,
Yeah.
you're talking like $25-$30 a camera. And
I
then
quit running them, dude.
Yeah.
I just completely quit.
Yeah.
But with cell cams, you almost have to.
No, dude, I've
you
been
want
running
good
those
quality.
freaking Duracells. Those like extra powers. They've been great.
What cameras are you running?
Spy points.
Yeah, well, so I mean, can you really count
Pile
them as
of
a camera?
pictures, dude. They're not.
Can you-
listen.
Dude, that could be a deer, or that could be Sasquatch, or
Not sure.
I
Is
will
that a
show you
bobcat?
pictures right now. They're fine.
turkey.
They're fine.
listen. We're gonna do a comparison real quick, okay? Because I have.
Oh no, I don't want. You know what? My phone's not working right now.
That's a good point. Because Joe's been sending me spy point pictures, and it's almost like, yeah, it's a deer, but like, we can't even identify this buck. Like, we can't even tell what buck that is.
Weren't you telling me earlier that you got Sasquatch on film?
I thought so. It was on my spy point. I can't tell.
That's a good point. So I don't know.
Valid point.
I ran some spot points too. Now they're all sitting at my house, not being used. Which, shame on me. But here's another.
You should
prime
have them out
example.
at least, man. They're not that bad. It's Intel.
What the heck? Oh, your Wi-Fi's not good.
No, I don't know why my Wi-Fi's
Here's
messed
another
up.
great example of a spy point picture.
I can tell what that is.
Yeah, it's a buck.
That's a rabbit.
I thought it was a raccoon. Yeah. It's a big ass raccoon.
So what spy point? They fucked me over.
Really?
Remember years ago when I refused to up my plan and I had all them deer in the first week of season all over my trail camera?
You mean your target buck?
Yeah, like all of them.
In daylight?
In daylight every single day of the first week of season because I was too cheap to go spend the extra money to go over the 100. But anyways, there was pictures of bucks on there that I was like, doesn't look that great. Dude, I pull my card and go over and I'm like, what was that? Like, dude, that's a stud 8 point. This dude is sick looking. And I'm like, where was that picture? And I go back and it's fuzzy and it looks like he's a 4 point. He's a giant 8 point. I'm like, screw you, spy point.
I am done.
Screw you. Like, I used to be in like, hey, 100 free pictures, baby. Give them me all.
Sign me up.
Nah. But I do. I have a Moultrie Edge, right? Moultrie,
Yep.
yeah, Moultrie
Yep.
Edge. They sent me brand new, which is awesome.
That
Great
is.
customer service, by the way. Sitting at home in the box. They just sent me a Muddy, whatever their wireless camera is,
Yeah, I saw him the other day.
from Quest Hunt. If you signed up for the auto renew for next year, they send you a free camera. I could cancel that today. You just sent me a brand new camera. And I plan to cancel it, by the way, Quest Hunt.
I was going to say, what's the website?
You're stupid. Not me. Okay. I'm smart. You're dumb. So that's sitting at home. I have 2 stealth cams sitting at home. Both are I don't even remember the name of them. And like, dude, I bet you 4 spy points and at least 4 spy points. And I have a dead one in the woods. So I have a lot of cell cams that are just not out. Number one reason, batteries are expensive.
Yeah, dude.
You
I
ain't
got
kidding.
everything else.
Yep.
Batteries are freaking expensive. And I don't want to pay the money for them.
Yeah, I tried cheaping out, and I went with some off Amazon. I think they're called EBLs. And I thank God my buddy didn't listen to me. We hunt down in southeast Ohio and some pretty remote stuff down there, and it is a chore to get back to where we're at most of the time. And he was going to deploy some cameras. He's like, I don't know what to do with batteries. And I was like, dude, try these EBLs. I got them off Amazon last year. They work great. So I bought them all this year. Bought like $80 worth of them, which is like $500 worth of regular batteries.
Yeah.
Put them in all my cameras. Dude, they all died in like a month and a half. And he luckily didn't listen to me. He went with good batteries, but he asked me the other day, he's like, yeah, are your batteries still good? I was like, no, dude. I was like, let's not talk about it.
Oh, of
I was like-
course, yeah.
I was like, hopefully you didn't listen to me. He's like, no, I didn't. He's like, I spent the money. I was like, thank God, because I need somewhere to
scares
go
me.
in Ohio.
Because I went with some cheap Amazon, like, started with a B. I don't even know the brand.
EBL.
That was like Belvita or something.
Get a free block of
weird,
cheese
yeah.
with your batteries.
It's something weird like that. I don't remember the name of it, but they've been good. They've been working fine. Actually, Joe still owes me 8 of them, which I finally found my battery tester. My brother put up, because I thought it was a stealth cam issue. He put up a new stealth cam and brand new batteries he bought from Walmart that were Energizer. And dude, within a month, his camera was dead. Like
Well,
dead.
if you listen to like podcasts,
dead.
dude, like the dude from Blackade, he was talking about if there's one bad battery in that
Oh, yeah, it
batch,
kills the whole thing.
kills the whole thing.
There were 5 bad batteries.
There's your there's your problem.
5 batteries dead as a doorknob. The other 2 I tested were perfectly good. And there's one still I found that fell at the bottom of my truck. I just found that I need to test.
Oh no, brand
Brand new.
Yeah.
Like he had him in his camera. I'll bet you less than a month when his camera went dead.
Yeah,
That's my one other gripe with my Tacticams is it'll say 100% battery on your app. And dude, I won't get a check-in picture for 2 months and I go out, batteries are all dead. I'm like, why in the world? Because I'll go out, I'll move a camera, I'll look on my app. I'm like, okay, good. I'm still 100%. I'm good. Put it out, it takes pictures for 2 days and then nothing. I got one like that at our family farm that I haven't been up there to check it in 2 months since my daughter was born. And I drove by there on my way to work on Monday, and literally from the road where it's at, it's this little oak thicket. and you can see all the way to the thicket. I stopped on the side of the road. There were 3 bucks standing there. All small. One was a basket rack 8, and the others were just little forkies and a spike. But I'm like looking at them. I'm like, dude, how nice would it be if that camera was working? I would know exactly what's going on in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay, great. Still says on my app, 100% battery.
Yeah,
Been 2 months since the check-in picture.
I think the last time I used my spy point was about 3 years ago, and it still says 100% battery.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't used it in 3 years.
Yeah.
Still 100%.
It's funny because I haven't got a picture on one of mine, and it says it has lithiums in it. It says 90%. It's been out for 2 years. It's 90% battery.
It's like, that's
Still
strange.
going strong, just in a really bad spot.
It's in a real bad spot.
Not even a squirrel.
Yeah, I do like the once a day check-in picture though,
I do
because
too.
then I know something's
Yeah.
screwed up.
Yep.
Like a bear attacked my solar panel and pulled it out, and I stopped getting pictures. I'm like, all right, something's wrong with the solar panel. Clearly,
Yep.
Went in there, it was laying on the ground, broke, and it's like, okay, cool. So Joe put it back up. That's the second time. First time it got come unplugged. I don't know what happened.
Bear.
Probably a squirrel, a leaf. I don't know. Second time we fixed it. Now it's been good ever since. So cross my finger. It keeps.
Not to derail the conversation, but Bear got me thinking. I was talking to somebody the other day. Chuck, you're like a bigger, stronger dude. What do you think the biggest
Thank
black
you.
bear you could beat in a fight is?
In a fight, a
Yeah, like
cub.
See,
me
that's
too.
what.
I'd beat the fuck out of a cub.
See,
that's
the more
about
I
it,
was,
dude.
the more I was thinking. Like initially, I'm 200 pounds. I think somebody I was talking to was like, dude, I think I could beat a 150-pound black bear in
Not
a
a
fight.
chance.
No
Not a
way.
chance in hell.
Initially, I was like, yeah, maybe. And then I was like, you know what? Absolutely not. I was like, that thing's as strong as a 500-pound person. I was like, the more I thought about it and like it started like triggering in my mind, I was like, yeah, dude, that thing's going to destroy me.
With 5 knives on
Yeah.
both of his
Yeah.
fucking paws, and he's just like a jiu-jitsu
yeah.
master.
The only thing is if you got it in like a full Nelson or something.
That's what I'm thinking. I
But
got to
other
go
than
for
that,
the rear naked
you
chokehold
have
on
to.
a cub.
And then you need somebody else there like just gut shot and it just punches
yeah,
because
because if it just goes like this, it just rips my whole face off.
yeah.
Like
Oh,
my
yeah.
the whole
Destroy you.
skull's just ripping off.
And then that's what I said. I was like, it's going to take a chunk out of my arm, and I'm going to be crying and bleeding and peeing my pants, and it's not going to end well. But
I was thinking I'd come up to a cub and just like, just like eye gouge it, like Captain Insano shows no mercy. You know? Like give it an elbow, and then just get on the rear naked and like put my fingers in his nostrils and give him a little,
just a gouge.
And then you wake
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Exactly. Dead.
In a
I wake
hospital.
up
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, didn't mean to derail. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I don't know, actually, now that I think about it. Initially, I was like, oh, dude, yeah, 150 pounds all day. And then I was like,
No chance.
no shot.
Like, if-
Bro, why
Maybe
did you
80
not
pounds.
call in during our Would You Rather episode?
should.
Yeah, that'd been good.
I listened to it.
Yeah. A 30-pound cub, I think I can handle him.
Yeah.
Can we
But
handle
dude,
it?
if you've ever seen them things scuffle with
Oh
each
my
other,
gosh, it's
Oh, yeah.
vicious.
it's pretty ferocious.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what I even thought, too, is like, I always grew up with dogs and stuff, but I found a cat in like a dumpster years ago. Never was a cat person, but I like this cat. But dude, that thing's like 10 pounds and it's
Yeah.
ferocious.
Yeah.
Like if you do a 50 or 60 pound bear cub that's pissed off.
I know. I'm talking legit. Has to be like out of the womb, and I could
Yeah.
stomp its head
Just
into the
kick
ground.
it.
Like that's my only chance, dude. Because otherwise, that thing is gonna pulverize you.
Yeah, that's the more I thought about it, I was like, oh yeah, I was way
Yeah.
wrong. Way
like
off.
the dude
Way
that
off.
killed the mountain lion with his bare hands.
Dude's an animal.
that guy's getting some pussy,
Oh,
Save some for the rest of us,
Yeah.
guy.
Right?
God damn.
dude.
Yeah.
That guy. If he's not,
shame on him.
First of all, how many mountain lion videos are coming out
There's been a lot.
in the last, let's just say 6 months of
Yeah.
like guys
Little
walking
sketch.
down trails? Dude, it's a little sketch.
mountain lions and grizzlies.
And grizzlies, yeah, but like mountain lions are a little bit, they're pretty damn scary. They come out of nowhere.
Like he
Yeah.
just said, a 10-pound house cat. Go fight it right now.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it sucks.
See what happens to you.
Yeah, you do a 120-pound one. Call your wife, call your kids, tell them bye.
Yeah, I don't even know why that guy fought. Like, I just be like, dude, just take me.
Just kill me.
yeah,
Just kill me.
bite me here.
Yeah, right in the back of the neck.
End it quick. Like, do me a favor.
Don't play with me. Just
Yeah.
kill me.
Turn me into a vegetable first, so I can at least watch you maul me and like not feel it.
Oh man,
That's such a good topic. I'm glad you brought that up. 'Cause,
Thank you.
dude. I'm telling you, I don't. When I had those 4 bears walk past me last year opening day from 20 yards
that's
from the
sketchy,
ground,
dude.
I was pretty freaked out. Like 3 cubs and a mom, and the cubs were right up there, probably around that 80-pound mark.
Ooh, yeah.
Like they were big
You
enough.
can take them.
They would have absolutely destroyed me.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Like no doubt about it, they would have absolutely destroyed. They would have had their way with me.
Yeah.
Just one of them, not all four.
Mama
you
would
have
have been
all four.
on you, dude.
Yeah, Mama would have just absolutely rolled me up and spit me out.
White on rice and a paper plate and a glass of milk in a snowstorm.
I still got like a little bit nervous just thinking about that.
No
and I want to
pistol
go
on
back.
you.
No pistol.
No pistol.
Just a bow sitting on the ground, tucked in. And I turned over my back shoulder, and there they were. And I went, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Nutty buddy in your hand.
I know you smell this.
Probably what brought him in. Didn't think of that. Yeah, take it. I don't want it anyways. I only ate half. You got the other half. Just leave me alone. I have a kid. I love that spot first morning, though. I love it. Like
Going back?
walk in, probably.
You gonna take
Take some mace.
popcorn with you this time?
I don't even have mace, but I thought about getting it. Bear mace.
Maybe just take your pistol.
Dude, with
away.
Well, I'd like to have both, I think.
With my luck, I'd spray it right in my own eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, shh, just now I'm blind and getting mauled.
The wind's coming right at you. Bear takes one bite. Why is it spicy?
I like this one. He's got taste to him. Yeah.
Unreal.
I might go back in there. I don't know. It's nice. It's an on the ground spot. You can kind of sneak in semi quietly.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the slash. So like you're not getting in a tree. Typically in that slash there's some oaks that drop pretty heavy. And I always feel like on the backside of that slash is a big area that's like notorious. Has always been my evening first day spot where I'd just see a ton of doe come piling out into it, and they just crush the acorn. So I'm thinking reverse, catch them coming back into that slash, trying to get to somewhere to lay down, and it's really cool spot. There's like a little, I wouldn't call it a meadow, but there's really not a better word for it. Like in the middle, it's almost like eye-shaped, like an eyeball-shaped.
It's a little pocket.
Meadow. It's a pocket. It's got
Yeah.
high grassy stuff, and it looks like perfect for bedding. And I've had encounters there the last 2 years, and I just can't get it done. I had a doe at like, dude, probably as close as what you're talking about. A patch is like, she snuck in from behind me. Never heard her. I don't know how deer walk through that stuff, because usually
Dude,
you can
it's
hear
crazy.
everything, because all them little twigs snap. And it's like, dude, she got on me quick, like 10 yards, and then just blew out of there. And then last year, I had a deer blow at me in the pitch black. I got in there early. He had to be within 20 yards.
Oh, man.
He blew, and I think my dick went in my ass. Like it was so just, oh my God. Like it was bad. It scared the shit out of me.
Dude, there's
And then I saw
nothing
the
worse than
bears.
one of those loud ones that just you are not expecting. Oh, buddy.
And then like,
I was going to say the hooves, you can tell when they're heavy.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there he goes. Okay. I might as well get back to the truck, drink my coffee.
Just
He's
put in your
gone.
mind right now.
Yeah.
Biggest spike ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely a fork horn. Did you ever call him a Y buck?
Sometimes.
You've heard that? Really?
Yeah, sometimes.
That's new to me. They called fork horns Y bucks. Is like just weird.
Dude, I feel like that's like a Michigan thing. Like so
Right?
many podcasts I
Michigan
listen
or
to, they
Eastern
call
PA
them, yeah.
maybe?
Yeah.
They
'Cause
also
it's-
call spikes 11 points. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
come on now.
Well, yeah, and they were
That's a
talking
trophy
about
out there.
about deer trails. They call them runways or whatever. Remember, Eberhard
Yes.
kept saying that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
runways
true.
in the podcast. I'm like, he's got to be talking about right.
Yeah. Surely there's not
Runways.
an airplane out here.
Yeah, like surely there's not a runway. It's not for Leto's wedding. There's not a runway. There was a runway there.
There was. There was
was.
deer there, too.
There, hey,
Yeah,
I
we're
was
deer.
telling him I was at a wedding there a couple years ago. We were there for the rehearsal dinner. It was like July. Absolute jumbo stepped out of the cornfield and was just walking. I almost lost my mind. Everybody was like, "Okay, we got to practice lining up." I was like, "Oh, wait a second." I was like, "I need to get my binoculars out of the truck and get a look at this thing."
Is this part of the package?
Yeah, I think, is he included? Because I'll be
Yeah.
back in October.
Yeah, thanks for not getting married in October, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful.
I am
Everybody.
I am one of the ones that did get married in October.
What a loser.
But yeah, again, shout out my wife. Happy
awesome.
3-year anniversary on Wednesday, the 9th.
The 9th's not bad.
So please let me go out for the cold front on the 9th.
That's an anniversary gift to you from her every year.
Exactly.
Easy.
Just let me go.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Easiest gift.
Yeah, I'll get up early. I'll make you breakfast. Let me hunt in the evening.
Yeah, that's 9th. That's a good point.
Okay, love you. Bye.
You think we're gonna get another one of them early cold fronts? Like, it's funny. You were just talking
seems
about
like it.
2 years ago was the 8th.
Yep.
Last year was the 7th. If you remember the 7th I was at a wedding.
Ooh.
At a wedding in New York. Best man of that wedding. And by the way, I'm kind of
Humble
a big
brag.
deal. So it wasn't a big deal. I wasn't hunting until old Crooked Time showed up in daylight an hour before sunset.
Yep.
Right in front of my camera. Same thing. Bad reception up there. Got it the next day when I sobered up at the hotel. I was like, dude, you've got to be king. I knew it. I even put it in my best man speech about hunting. And sure enough, it happened.
Right there.
It happened.
Dude.
But this year, I tell you what, if we keep getting like repeat cold fronts 2 or 3 through October, hey, Mr. Mark Drury says this year's a good moon year for a cold front in
I was
October.
just going to
He
say
does.
that red moon, I think Monday through Wednesday there's going to be a lot of good deer that get killed this year.
this,
whole lot of-
that during the moon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
like Monday
yeah.
and Tuesday next week, I think there's going to be a lot of good deer that hit the ground with that cold front coming.
Monday
north
looks
wind.
like it's gonna.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'll be
going to
in
drop
time
off.
and tuning, baby.
I will tell you what. Dance is Monday, and my wife is taking them, and I'm going to have crock pot meal going.
It'll be hot
sure.
when you get home.
It'll be hot when we get home.
Dude, Monday's gonna be
I know.
Primo.
I was looking
almost
at
a
it.
must hunt
Yeah.
evening.
I know.
I hate to do it early season like that, but you can't pass up what the weather's going to be these next couple days.
No.
Even Saturday, I think Saturday's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
How you guys feeling for this weekend? You guys feeling good?
Well, I don't even know where I'm gonna hunt yet.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Like,
this
I know I'm
north
going
wind
to-
kind of threw me for a loop.
I know I'm going to my camp. I'll be up there, but I do it every year. I get up there and I'm going, I don't know where I'm going to hunt. We'll see what the wind does.
Yep.
And then I have no reception and get the freaking Weather Channel. I'm like, can someone tell me what the wind is?
Chuck's outside.
Yeah, I'm outside licking my finger and putting it in
Drop
the
with
air.
some milkweed.
Yeah, I'm like, can you give me something? Speaking of, I need to find more milkweed. I sent
You
all
need
my
some?
milkweed out.
I'll get you before you leave.
I filled my thing. I'm good for now.
I have so much, dude.
My neighbor down the street has
No.
like 20 milkweed
Listen.
plants, and they're loaded. I'm just going to go on the way home and jump out real quick and pull
No,
up
don't even do that. Listen, leave here, go down that road, go down past
the pond.
the pond on the left, right along the guardrail.
Bunch there.
There's
I might grab
hundreds of pods right there.
some. Oh, perfect.
Dude,
that's
the
my
best.
that's my spot
It's
right
the
there.
best.
I know
Just-
Sam
you
just
guys
picked
leave
some
that
too,
way.
though.
Yep. I lucked out. My mom teaches second grade, and they do every year since she's been there. This is her last year teaching, but every year since she's been there, they do like a, I don't know if it's like a course or a learning activity about like monarch butterflies. So my mom raises them like during the summer and shit, and then she always has all those pods of milkweed, and she just dries them for me. And every year she gives me like 10 of them. And dude,
Beautiful.
she texted me
Duck
the other
you.
day. She's like, "You need some milkweed?" I was like, "As a matter of fact, I do.
Thank
I
you
will
very
be.
much.
I will be home this weekend. Thank you."
So what I had like 15 or 20 pods in my garage. I don't know where any of that milkweed went.
Go down there, dude. I'm telling
It's
you,
all
there's so
gone.
much.
And so, I think a mouse got in there and ate them all.
Dude, mice are the
Dude,
worst.
it was. I'm telling you, the pods were completely eaten. Like there was
Really?
like nothing but seeds left. Why would they eat my milkweed?
I don't know.
That's
They-
just rude.
honestly. They probably didn't eat it. They probably made a nest out of it.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
Did you check your grill?
Did you check?
No,
your
actually, it
grill?
was in my mower.
Oh, there. Well, there you go.
But
Did you
air
find
intake.
milkweed in there?
I didn't find milkweed, but I found a lot of other stuff that
Yeah.
they put in there.
Yeah.
But I'm
Dead
sure they
mice.
have another
Skittles.
den somewhere. Dude, I hate mice. I've been
The
putting out
worst.
the bucket. The bucket is the best trick for killing them.
Yep.
My dad made a bucket and gave it to me. I didn't do
Got
it.
the little roller on it.
The little roller, it's a can, put a little peanut butter on it. And the best was, it was like a couple months ago. We were up to camp and someone didn't put enough water in there. That poor bastard must have been just sitting there floating for who knows how
That was
long.
Camo Cares,
Yes.
dude. Yeah, I took a look at him.
I think I asked you and a couple other guys. I was like, this trooper's been in there for God knows how long. Like, should I let him go? So I'm like, he'll just find his way back. And you're right, not just dump more water on him.
Waterboarding them.
Never to be seen again. So the next morning, he was floating. He gave up. He didn't even try.
Couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
If anybody from PETA's listening,
Screw you.
it was
Yeah.
quick.
It was pain. Yeah.
Painless.
I hear drowning's the way they really like to go.
Yeah. It's like taking a nap.
It's like my boss's Asian neighbor that tried to drown the coon that he trapped.
I've been down that road. That is not fun.
No,
No.
bad idea.
Terrible.
I don't know why he took it out of the cage.
No, you got to leave it in the cage and put it in like a 55-gallon drum.
He dumped it in. He's trying to swim and he's forcing it down with his broom. Screw coons. They're egg-eating, turkey-killing bastards.
I hate 'em.
I hate
Listen.
them to death.
This has happened to me twice now. It's always podcast night because I have to take my garbage out as soon as we're done.
Yeah.
Friday's my garbage day. I can't tell you how many times, dude, they have to hear us. I walk out with you guys, I bullshit for a second, then I grab my trash can, I take it to the end of the driveway. Usually I grab like a bag out of the house and I got to throw it in there. I can't tell you how many times after talking to people out there, I grab the bag, I open up the freaking lid, and a coon scares the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Every time, dude.
He's in your can.
At least 15 times. At least 15 times.
It's probably
After
the
you
same
drop-
one. He's
Comes out
probably
like
getting
a
a kick
bat
out
out of
of it.
hell, and I never expect. I'm like, it's not going to happen this time. Every time.
It's like a jack in the box.
Yeah, he's probably going back to the tree and telling all, got him again, dude. Got him.
This Austin guy.
Freaks me out,
What a fool.
dude. He's not even that big, but he scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. Maybe you should just name him Rocky.
Rocky.
It's a good raccoon name.
Oh
It's a
man,
classic. It's like
start
naming.
banging on it with a stick before
Yeah, do something. How does he get in there?
I don't know. No idea. He's in there. He's probably in there right now.
He's just gorging on like old peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in there.
Well,
Good for
something.
him. Good for him.
Oh, I got a raccoon story. I don't know if I should tell it or not. Did I tell you this raccoon story?
I've said some
You have
pretty
to now.
horrible
Oh, dude.
things on this episode.
It is,
So,
so a couple years ago, well, probably been 5 or 6 years ago,
The 19th Amendment.
we had,
not a fan.
not a fan.
God. How are you going to put me on the spot like that?
Sorry.
That wasn't even our podcast.
So a couple years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago now, I had a job down in Burgettstown, West Virginia, and every week we would have some new guys circle in, and I would have to go down and do like a pre-job orientation with them on Monday morning. So it's like June, it's getting light out super early in the morning. I'm on my way down there, and I had a little Sunday fun day the day before, maybe ate some stuff I shouldn't have, drank a couple pops. And I'm driving down there, and it just hits me. I'm like, dude, I got to go to the bathroom. And I'm white-knuckling driving down there because I know right where this job is, it's on a right-of-way on a gas line. I know right at the bottom of this job, there's a porta-john. So I'm white-knuckling on my way down there.
Just sweating.
Yeah, sweating, knees knocking.
Your
Just
body
gripping-
knows you're getting close. so
Gripping
it's
the
like,
steering wheel. I'm
gonna
like,
make
all
him
right.
struggle.
We got 2 more turns. I'm almost there. Throw the truck in park. Right at the base, it's early, probably 5:30 in the morning. Nobody's getting there till 6. I'm like, all right, I got time. I open the door of this porta-john, and a raccoon comes flying out of this porta-john. And let me tell you, I went home without any socks that day. And I get in the porta-john, there's a big hole in the back of it. He must have just stayed in there all weekend. It was nice and warm in there. Quite literally scared the shit out of me. That was a rough one.
I think he shit
I
himself.
think I made him shit his pants.
I got a
did
story
shit
that's very
himself.
similar to that, and I feel like I have to tell it now that you brought that up. I don't know if I've ever told it on
Are
the
we doing
podcast.
poop stories?
We're doing poop story. Kind of. Happens to be an animal inside of a fecal.
Oh,
you know.
no.
Yeah, we were coon hunting on the country club one night. I used to work there, and my buddy's dad was the superintendent, so we go out coon hunting all the time. And there's skunks out on the golf course all the time. So there's, I don't know if you know the Newcastle Country Club, but up on hole 5,
Oh, yeah.
there is a bathroom. We may have walked a skunk into the bathroom. And the next day when we went to let it out, it wasn't in there anymore, but there was like 3 or 4 tee times ahead of us. And it did smell like skunk.
Somebody got sprayed. I don't know what happened.
So someone got sprayed.
Possibly.
What's the statute of limitations on that?
It's okay.
I don't know.
Nobody died.
Nobody died.
Oh, yeah. Maybe if they didn't file
If you're
a complaint.
listening, I'm sorry.
If that was you,
Call in, email us
Email us. Yeah, send
at
me
the
an email.
Whitetail Distraction Podcast at gmail.com.
They would love to have you on.
That would be great. My cousin still wants to come on and tell a story about the first deer he ever shot was a buck. He's the youngest headland ever kill a buck. And on the drag out, he fell over and shit himself.
It happens.
Cousin Bill.
All right.
Shameless plug here again, not a sponsor. Check out the Dude Wipes.
Dude Wipes are great.
Dumpkin Spice.
What?
Pumpkin spice scented. Deer love them.
Pumpkin spice dude wipes? Is
It's
that a
actually,
real
they're
thing?
called Dumpkin Spice.
Dumpkin spice.
Dumpkin Spice.
They're dude wipes.
They are Dude Wipes. Shameless plug. Love me some Dude Wipes. Don't go
I
into the
don't
woods without them.
hate the idea of my butthole smelling like pumpkin spice.
No.
I
Do
don't
not
hate
try
that
the
either.
cool mint, though. Don't do it.
Bad idea.
Kind of feels like you take a pinch of Copenhagen right between the cheeks.
Ooh.
It's kind of.
I'm good.
I'm good on that. Tried them. Don't
I
recommend.
just
Tried 'em.
just use the normal, regular ones, biodegradable.
I'm
Probably in
usually
100
like,
years,
I'm a
but
dad, so I got non-scented regular baby
Yep.
wipes in my car.
I got a lot of those too. But I bought the 3-pack, the big 3-pack of dude wipes.
I don't know. I like the idea of the pumpkin spice.
They're pretty sweet. Also, though, I always put them in a like Ziploc bag, so
Yeah.
that packaging is loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whenever you get a freeze, don't leave them in your truck or in your bag
Been
in the
there,
bed of the
too.
truck, and then you pull them out. They're frozen. It's not pleasant.
I
that
should
does
tell you
not
about
feel
another
good.
story. Anthony was involved in this bad boy. We hunted a piece of property one time, and I had to go as soon as we got in the stand. And I got down, and I had no toilet paper. And I went up, and I was like, dude, you got any wipes? He was like, absolutely. I got down, I went, and they were completely frozen.
The morning I shot him, that happened. Yeah, about an
done
hour
that.
before I shot him.
I've had them in my hands, like blowing on them.
So I was like, "Come on, please,
Come
please,
on,
please."
just let me get an edge unfolded, please. I
want-
need you. As I'm using leaves and dirt, just wiping my ass.
Dude, that was the coldest morning ever. It was awful.
That was the time you both hung together
And we got
hunted
an-
like almost all day or
We
something.
got an angry letter on our vehicles.
Real? Oh,
Yeah.
that spot. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah, you kind of deserved it.
You see,
Yeah, you didn't deserve it. You're right.
no, not at all.
It's a good spot. Did you
Used
see
to
that?
be.
You see that place now? It's like
Yeah, it's messed up.
all
No,
messed
It's not
up.
good anymore.
no. That's a shame. That
It
was a
is.
really nice area.
There's some big deer in there.
Old Goon was running through there
Goon was running through there.
back in the day. Whatever happened to Goon? You
He
think?
got hit by a car.
You know that for
I've told
sure?
that story several times. Yeah,
Yeah, where was
I drove
at?
past him on the way to Walmart,
Oh,
Oh,
and I
was he the one
drove
with the
past
head
him, and
cut
I was,
off?
yeah, I was like, dude, you know what? That
I
was a
also
really big
drove
deer.
past that deer.
No, that was Goon.
I did not know that was Goon.
100%.
R.I.P.
But wasn't I the one that told you I think it was Goon? Because
That's how I put the pieces together. I drove past and I was like, I like saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, that was a really big deer. And I came back and
Someone
I stopped.
told me about it, like how this giant deer was hitting, and when I went, the head was off, and I was like,
Yep,
like,
that was
Austin,
him.
I think that was Goon that got hit. What? What?
that's all I thought that
You
was.
all right over there?
There's barking spiders over there.
Stop doing that. Making fart noises with his hands now.
Candy bars.
Anyways, we never flipped the question on you. How do you feel about this weekend?
I'll be honest, that north wind kind of threw me for a loop. I was not expecting it. I've got a pretty good spot. It's kind of like a little island of woods. It's all oaks, and it is tore up every single year, first week of just rubs, scrapes, you name it. It's kind of a little transition piece. They come out of the ag, they go to it for a little bit, and then they go filter out of it at like 10 o'clock back into the big woods. And that's where I really wanted to be. I had a scrape in there since July, a mock scrape, and it's been in pretty good shape. And dude, I cannot get in there with a north wind. So I think instead of risking it and trying to go in there, I'm going to go up to our family farm and try to whack a doe. We've got so many of them up there. I'm going to try to do that. And then the evening with a north wind, I should be in real good shape actually. So I'm going to try to get in there, see what I can do. The beans in one spot are still pretty green. They planted them really, really, really late, like not till June. So they're still pretty green. I've got a pretty good feeling. There's a real nice 11 point that's in there that I've got a couple pictures of daylight, and that should be a good deer. He hasn't been around in a while, but my camera's been dead, so I'm kind of holding out hope he's still hitting in there pretty regularly.
He doesn't deserve a name.
He's the one that I've been calling Swoops. I think it's the
okay.
same deer as last year. He's a real nice 9-point last year. Young. I think he was only 3.5 last year, but his one side is way stronger than his other, and it swoops out real far. So I think it's him, and he just put on a lot of inches this year. I'll see if I can pull a picture.
That's always a good thing.
Of him. But yeah, I've only gotten a couple pictures of him in daylight. I've gotten a couple pictures of him in the background, but he's a real good deer.
Nice. Is this north wind coming in with the front?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it seems like. It
Yeah.
seems like my stuff is shifting like Friday, like tomorrow night,
Yeah.
and into
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Right.
And then we're going to have a pretty steady for me between north and northwest from now until Wednesday. So
Northwest would be perfect.
It
for
looks
me,
like
and
I got a
pretty
pretty
good.
hard north wind where I want to hunt.
yeah, that's what mine's showing. So it kind of threw me for a loop. Earlier in the week, it was saying I was going to have a little bit of a west variant, which would have been perfect for getting in there in the morning.
Yeah.
I know wherever I go, I know there's going to be deer on that camera on Friday or Saturday morning, but I'm not going to risk it this early.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
Oh my goodness!
Swoops. He's a good deer, real good deer.
Yeah, I'd go
I
on
would
the real
say.
good part.
Where's
Maybe
his weak side again? There was a weak side to him?
Yeah, it's somewhere on there.
Good golly.
You sure you have that on camera? Send me a pin. I just want to
Surprisingly.
verify.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come out, take a look.
Let me go look at that bean field.
I kind of feel like I'm behind the 8 ball this year. I know, Chuck, with you having a kid too, you're probably I just feel like I'm not as prepared as I usually am. So we'll see. I got one other pretty good one to chase that he was out there on the farm last year. I don't have a name for him, but he's a really, really good 8-point.
You don't have to name them either.
No, you don't.
It's so much fun. I'm so
fun,
sick
isn't
of
it?
it is. I always kind of like made fun of people that did it last year or up until last year. And then I did it. I was like, oh, this is kind of fun.
It's kind of fun.
But I'm not a creative person at all, so I'm just sick of calling a deer like, oh, that's the big 8, that's the big 10.
Wide 8.
Yeah, there's wide 8 again. Saw him last night. Yeah, I got 2 good ones on that farm to chase this year. I'm
Sorry.
excited. But this
Little hey dude love.
this one I shot last year, like I had 8 or 9 really pretty good bucks about his caliber on that farm. A couple of them are a little bit bigger. And I didn't have any pictures of him. I went through every trail camera I had last year, and I didn't have a single picture of this deer until the morning that I killed him.
That's fun.
So that was pretty cool,
Yeah, that's cool.
having him just come out of
I
nowhere.
love when they just move in and you just fucking destroy them and they're nice deer.
Yeah, I call him the Zin buck. I wouldn't have killed him if I didn't have a nicotine addiction.
I like it.
So are you saying with your Zen pouch, with the Zen pouch, you wouldn't have killed him?
If I had the Zin pouch, I probably wouldn't have killed him.
Yeah.
I always keep my Zins in my top bag on my backpack, and it was a really good morning. November 1st last year, I have some videos of driving in. It was
That's
snowing
this guy right here?
sideways. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
It was snowing sideways last year, November 1st. I'd had an encounter on our family farm the night before, October 31st. The buck pretty similar to him, which for up there, we don't get very many deer like that. Would have shot him all day, but I couldn't get him in. It was the first morning of my rutcation. I had off from, I think it was November 1st until November 12th. So I had like 12 days scheduled a vacation and went out that morning, snowing sideways, perfect weather. Got down on this bottom, got in a little bit later than I wanted to. It was kind of like gray light when I was getting set up with my stand.
I kind of like that, to be honest.
I do too. I was a lot quieter, I think, getting in. Walked a creek up,
Big fan.
and there's this little oxbow in the creek, and I set up right on that, clear cut on my right, real thick bedding on my left in this bottom. And I figured that morning deer were going to be coming from the left to the right with how the wind was going and the thermals and everything. I had a small forky come through at like 9 o'clock, and that was the only deer I saw besides a doe that morning. And I told myself, this one other public access piece that I hunt, I've missed a buck out there. November 1st of 22, I missed a real nice buck out there. November 1st of 2000, I think it was 2019, I hit a really good buck out there and lost him, which that one still baffles me. I had blood for 300 yards like you had your finger over a hose, but I pushed him. That was my fault. But I was planning on going out there in the afternoon, and I told myself, like, by 10 o'clock, if I haven't seen a good buck, I'm probably getting out of here. And like 9:55 I think, is the timestamp on my phone because I got it all on video. I stood up, turned around in my stand to get a Zin out of my backpack, and whenever I was getting it out, I caught movement up behind me, like 80 yards behind me, and I was like, I think that's a deer. And he was just trotting, kind of mid-speed, trotting head down, and he stopped and picked his head up, and I went, oh shit, that's a pretty good deer. And I grunted at him, and dude, as soon as I grunted, he pinned his ears back, and he just came barreling in from 80 yards. I shot him at like 12 yards, I think, but I have it all, again, shameless plug, painted arrow. I got one of those. That thing is the best.
Sick, dude.
Big fan.
Huge fan. So I had my phone already on the bow just in case something came through. Clicked over, started hitting record, got him coming the whole way in, ears pinned back, ran basically to the base of the tree, and shot him at 12 yards, and I think he ran 30, 40 yards and piled up all on video. And
Yep.
I kind of lost my mind.
You can find that at United Whitetail?
Can you?
Can you?
Probably.
Probably.
Actually, yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to
You
plug.
definitely can. The video, I think, is a pretty good video. It's my first one, but I think it's only got like 200 views, and probably 180 of them are me and my family. But I
you
thought it was a
only
pretty
count
good
for
video.
one view.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Unless you use different devices.
Pretty
I
cool
think.
video. It was my first one ever doing it, so definitely had some room to improve with. I didn't get like any video of me like walking up to him or me like getting him out of the woods or anything like that, but
It's all right. You got the meat and taters.
yeah, got the whole kill and him going down on video. Flipped the camera around, took a video of me kind of losing my mind after I killed him. But I spent a lot of years trying to get a decent buck down, and like I said, the first probably 8 or 9 bucks I killed were all carbon copies of the same thing. Which it's cool killing them on our family farm, but I just got sick and tired of kind of shooting the same thing, and we really never had any good bucks out there because it's once rifle season hits, the Blue Army kind of pushes through, and if it's brown, it's getting shot. There it is. Let's go.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to the
Sucks.
United Whitetail. But yeah, my buddies Mike and Jeff and Alex and a couple other guys, Bert, have put a lot more videos on there than me. But I was happy to get my first one last year on film, and yeah, couldn't have been more happy to take this buck. Like I said, I actually looked through all my trail cameras, didn't have any pictures of him last year until I kind of dove through, and I had a scrape that I had a camera on about 200 yards up the ridge from where I shot him, and had a picture of him at like 6:30 that morning, still in the dark, heading the direction that he came from when I killed him. But yeah, couldn't have worked out any better. It was pretty sweet.
So you can name him the Oxbow buck then.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
I like naming bucks after the fact too.
Yeah.
You like Hotwire, the one I shot with you.
I was
Such
either
a
gonna
cool buck.
I was either gonna call him that or the Zin buck. I'm not sure.
That's
I like
true,
the
too.
Zimbabwe buck.
Zimbabwe buck. I dig it.
Zinny buck.
Zinny buck.
Good old lip pillow.
Yes.
Is this it?
Yep, that's it. There's a
438 subscribers. That's not bad, dude.
that one on the front page was down in southeast Ohio. My buddy Mike and I were down there. We were doing a late muzzleloader hunt, and I bumped that buck to him,
Stud
and he
8
shot
point.
it. It was pretty
Yeah, was it an 8 point?
pretty cool. 6. It was a weird 6.
Which one? I was looking at the picture.
Oh, I think that was out in Illinois. They were out in
Oh,
Illinois.
okay. I was gonna say that's a giant 8 point, dude.
Yeah,
Illinois.
he shot a real good buck out in Illinois. All those guys, they kill some real good deer every year.
Hey, look at that, Brady's biggest buck. There
Right
it is.
there.
How about that? 185 views.
Oh, there you go.
186.
Let's go.
187 soon as soon as I'm doing dishes.
Let me turn the volume down. Turn the volume up. Ooh.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that was a good. I replay that morning all the time. It was just picture
the
perfect,
intro.
high pressure, snowing like crazy. It was awesome.
Some Virginia public land 160. 11-1. 11-1-2023.
First morning
day.
of vacation.
Nice. Ah. You get to enjoy the whole vacation.
It
So
was,
you're-
it was the best.
You're a fan of the November time frame.
I hadn't been until this year or last year. Most of the bucks I killed had been early. I killed one on the last day. It was November 17th of 2020. But that was the latest I'd ever killed. Other than that, every buck I'd ever killed had been first week.
Really?
Of just like patterning them. Anytime we had beans on, it was kind of a guarantee that I could go kill a little basket rack 8. And like I said, I just got kind of sick and tired of doing that.
Yeah.
It's fun. There's nothing better than it, especially on property that you own. But I just got to the point where I kind of wanted to branch out a little bit, and I've been hunting public access stuff now for the most part since I think it was 2019 was my first year, and I shot. Honestly, I had some trail camera pictures of this buck. He was probably mid 130 inch 8-point, and I had one of my best friends in the tree with me that day, and I was busting his chops. It was just about dark, and I was like, deer, 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 and he popped all up, got all excited. I was like, no, I'm just busting your balls. And he's like, oh, all right, whatever. So a couple minutes later, I let out a couple grunts.
That's a dick move.
It is.
A little bit.
Because I told him, I was like, hey, if a buck comes your
No
way.
false calls.
I was like, if one comes your way, you got him. If one's my way, I'll get him. And I gave a couple grunts right at almost last light, and he stepped out of this thicket. And I was like, I looked at him, I was like, dude, deer. He's like, all right. And I was like, no, seriously. I was like, good deer. And I grunted one more time, and this buck came to probably 15 yards broadside. And I thought I absolutely smoked him. Shot him. He ran off like 60 yards, stopped right at the edge of the wood line, pulled my binoculars up, could literally see blood pouring out of him, and did a couple tail flicks, and then he like tucked his tail and walked, and I was like, that's not great. I thought he was going down right there. We waited like an hour. Some other guy actually ended up coming out of the public, met up with us, and we were talking, and we got on first blood, clean pass through, and that guy was like, dude, that deer's dead.
What'd your arrow look like? Caked?
Oh, covered.
Sounds like liver.
I was going to say, I know for a fact now with how dark the blood was, because that was pretty early on me of kind of identifying stuff. And now if I would have waited, it was so cold that day too. If I would have waited and just got him in the morning, he would have been dead in the first bed. Mm-hmm. But with how much blood there was, I was shooting a big, I think it was a wasp. I can't remember which one it was, but 2-blade, huge cut. And literally, as I'm looking at him through the binoculars, you can see blood pouring out of him. I'm like, that deer's dead. So we waited about an hour, went back to the truck. We actually had a beer or two at the truck, and we were like, yep, we're going to go get this deer. Started tracking him, and then we get like 400 yards into it, and I'm like, this isn't good. I was like, we need to get out of here. And right when I said that, we hear running, and I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, I know we bumped him. Got up to where his bed was. It was caked with blood. And then we backed out, drove down to the road, and right where the road was is where he ran. I was like, let me just like check on the road and see. And right on the road, there's blood on the road of where he ran. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, all right, we'll come back in the morning. Got access to go look for him on that other piece, and just never found him. We searched all day on November 2nd that year and just never found him.
I feel like if you had a dog, you might have found him.
100%. I just know that
good dog.
I pushed him.
Good dog.
Yeah. And then that kind of started, I had target panic bad after that. Like I would, as soon as my pin would hit brown fur, I was punching it.
Yeah.
And I've shot forever. And like I said earlier, like I shot competitive, like 3-spot, like would go to the state shoot at Harrisburg every year. Usually did decent shooting a hinge and stuff. And then something got in my head, and I just had a hard time. In 2022, I really battled with it bad. I ended up shooting, I think it was October 17th. I shot a real nice 8-point, and I made a dumb shot. I shot a frontal shot I was shooting those iron wills, single bevel, cut on contacts. And I built that arrow out like watching the hunting public, like, dude, I'll take frontal shots all day. And I was in my saddle. I ended up rattling just a tiny little bit, just tickled him, and he came right in, kind of behind me. I was like all twisted up in my saddle, shot him, never found him. And then November 1st that year, I missed I had the best hunt I've ever had in my life. There was a hot doe that came through, saw the biggest buck I've ever seen in person. He must have been 150 inches if he was 120. He was gigantic. And grunted at him, and he left that doe, and I never saw him. But he did what all big, mature, smart bucks do, and worked right downwind to me. And then I heard one blow, and he took off up through the field, pushed those does like right past in front of me, but he went up further. And one of them was hot because I ended up seeing like 8 bucks that day. Oh, man. I mean, that was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon that I saw him. And I ended up shooting at the buck that I shot at I want to say like 5:30. But there were so many that came through earlier, and none of them were his size, but the one that I missed was probably equivalent to this one on the table. But I was in a pretty jank spot. I got down there, and I left my bow hanger in the truck. And I get down there, get set up, and I'm like, oh, dude, I don't have my bow hanger. This sucks. So I sat there all day from sunup till I shot at him, just holding my bow on my legs by the string. And I had a couple does.
That sucks, by the way.
Dude, there's nothing worse.
Nothing.
So he comes in. I have a couple pictures and some videos on my phone of it that day. I had a small like yearling doe and a button buck that they must have been brother and sister that bedded down like right below me. And this buck came cruising down the ridge, saw them, got all worked up, started pushing right down. He came to like 20 yards. And I was like, dude, here we go. Like I started doing what you can't do as a bow hunter. I was like, dude, gonna have him back at the truck before dark, gonna be drinking beer, gonna call my buddies. I was so excited. And I go to draw on this thing at like 25 yards, and as soon as I start drawing back, that arrow popped right off my string because I've been holding my bow by my string, and it worked its way out. And it just goes tink, 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 straight to the ground, and he looks right at me. And I was like, oh, he's looking right at me. And I calmly like waited, didn't move. He ended up flicking his tail, started walking away a little bit. And I didn't have time to range him. I got another arrow, knocked it as quick as I could, tried to force a shot, and I went right underneath him. And I was like, dude, you got to be kidding me. And I thought he was like 25. He ended up being like 38, and I just shot right under him. I get down to where my arrow is. I look up, and he's in the field like 50 yards from me just staring at me. And I was like, well, I'm done. I'm going home. Oh, this is terrible. And then that year I ended up getting to the point where I just was almost hopeful that I wouldn't see a deer because I knew that if I saw a deer, I was going to miss it. So that winter, I like totally bought a back tension, took my sight off my bow, like totally retrained myself on how to shoot because I was in a bad spot. But since then, I've been a lot better. I've killed 2 bucks since then. Or no, just one because that would have been 22. So I killed him. He died inside. I shot a doe last year too. And that's been the biggest thing is just trying to get the confidence back, just shooting whatever I can. And I was talking to Joey. He and I shoot the same broadheads, and I need to give those ones you guys have a try. But Joey and I are shooting the same broadheads, and I've been super pleased with them. But, dude, having the confidence in your setup now is gigantic.
Yeah.
There's nothing, no better feeling.
You're telling me you don't just pick up your bow the morning attack and go out and shoot?
Believe it or not, like someone, I don't do that. You do, yeah, 4 out of the 10 weeks. He lived the closest. He would be the last one there.
It's 40%. I mean, it's not bad.
Good clip. It's Hall of
Not
Fame.
bad. It's Hall of Fame
If you're
for
batting
sure.
at 400.
Unless you're Pete Rose. R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P.
But yeah, dude, I switched everything up, and since then I've been shooting the best I've ever shot. Actually, just had the other day, kind of threw me for a loop. I've shot a Carter Wise Choice thumb release for probably 3 or 4 years, and I filtered that in with that back tension. And I was shooting the other day, probably 2 weeks ago, and you saw me absolutely launch that thing before. Literally, I got in my draw, and it just, I don't know what happened. That release went further than the arrow did when we were shooting indoor 3D leagues this
you
year.
told me about that. It broke.
Oh yeah, and it did it again the other day. And in the release's defense, great release. I dropped it on my sidewalk that evening as I was walking out to shoot, and I was like, this thing's fine. Knocked an arrow, 42 yards, first shot. I get halfway drawn back, and that thing just went off, and I punched myself in the nose, and I watched that arrow just go zoo, gone. And right behind my house, there's a walking trail. There's like people walking dogs and stuff.
Shouldn't have been standing there.
I was like, I shouldn't have been standing there. So I'm losing my mind. I like pack everything up, put it in the house, waiting to hear sirens with the windows open.
Standing on the yard with beer, like, hey.
I don't know. I think it
What
came
happened?
from over there.
Yeah, what happened? But luckily I switched, got a new release in, everything's been shooting good. So yeah, I can't say enough about being confident in your stuff. It makes a huge difference.
I shot my neighbor's house doing that one time.
Oh, it happens.
Justin shut his own door when doing that one time.
That's true.
I had to bring that up.
That wasn't drawn back and accidentally went off, though. That idiot was doing something stupid. I was trying to draw, and it went off and punched. Man, that punch in the nose hurts, too.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
And I hear the arrow go, and I smack. Oh.
You did that attack too. Your D loop broke. It's like target 15.
Kaboom.
He did that out in the woods one time.
Oh, I believe it.
That's happened. Your D-loop's been a bastard deal.
Well, he's the most aggressive drawer of a bow I've ever seen in my life. He's got his bow set at 75 pounds, and he gets it halfway and then just boom. And dude, he did that attack. It was like target, I don't know, like halfway through. Like we still got a lot of targets left. And you just hear poof, and we all looked, we're like, what just happened? And you see his arrow just going ting, 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 off trees and just falls right to the ground. He goes, yeah, I'm done. Like, what happened? He's like, D-loop, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh,
that's the worst.
it is the worst.
Austin's like,
Dead deer.
You could have tried to hook in underneath your arrow. Probably wouldn't work. Put a pinch bad.
It was gone.
Gone.
I went across the river.
I've seen some arrows get yeeted.
Oh, yeah.
Attack, man.
yeah.
Same thing. One dude, I don't know what he did, but he was drawn back and it went off, and that arrow just went into the next
Abyss.
universe.
There.
You just heard it go through all the branches and leaves, like, and he's just like, and we all looked at each other. He was a full draw and it just went off.
Oh, dude. There's nothing worse.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know what happened. I think fatigue set in. I just hit the trigger on accident. Fucking arrow just went boom to old Kent under this
It
one.
happens. It happens.
It does. Happens to the best of us. I lost one of Camo Cares one year.
I lost a couple of camo cares.
I don't remember what happened. I honestly still today don't know what happened.
I lost
Nothing
one at the
broke.
R100 this year. I just sent it, dude.
It makes me feel better. I'm not alone.
No, I was just drawn back and my release went off and I don't know. Arrow went flying into a cornfield and I punched myself in the face. I'm like, well, here's a $20 arrow.
Mine was
I was
expensive,
pissed.
man. I was pissed.
Oh, yeah, dude.
$4 Walmart arrows is the way to go.
Yeah, this arrows ain't cheap.
Next
No.
time.
Telling you, it's the way to go, man. I got all my arrows ready though. I got my Zinger fletchings.
Yeah.
How do you
How they
like
working
those?
for you?
They're great.
Good?
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I am like picky about the arrows that I set up. Those grizzly sticks this year are unbelievable.
Can't
I've
believe
heard
you
good
and grizzly
things.
sticks. You're nuts.
Dude, they are unfreaking. They're like a freight train, and they are. It's like having a silencer on your
You're
bow,
an
dude.
animal.
Thump.
You're shooting spears. It should be that way.
It is unreal.
They're a little heavy, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I'm shooting
Yeah.
like 555 grains or something like that.
They're heavy and they're also, aren't they like?
I can stop a
fat in the-
school bus.
Don't they like start thicker in the back and get thinner
they're
towards
tapered.
the front? Tapered. That's
They're
the word I was
tapered,
looking.
yeah.
Could not think
That's
of that word.
wild.
Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Crazy thing.
Crazy thing.
Tell you what though, this kiwi strawberry Capri Sun's hitting.
I was
right
gonna
now.
ask
it
you how
good?
that was doing.
Hitting the spot.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I saw him up there. I'm like, if those are for his kids'
It's
lunch,
for
they're for his
whatever
kids'
anybody
lunch.
wants up here. We got spread.
Mucho gracias.
Yeah, you got it, kid.
Spanish.
C.
What? You know I don't speak Spanish.
You know how to speak Spanish. Spanish. All right.
Either way.
we're like an hour and a half into this thing. It's getting late. We probably should wrap it up. We don't
fine
have
with
to.
that.
I'm good till 2 a.m. if you want. I mean, my baby's sleeping. I don't know about yours.
My kids are sleeping too.
She is not.
Oh no.
That's
Oh
not
no.
good.
Should have like gave us the tap under the table. Like, hey,
Oh, we're good. Mom's got her.
Mom's got it.
God bless that woman.
She's a saint.
God bless her.
Again, how far in? I can tell her to
Yeah,
listen
this
to
is
this
an
part.
hour and 32, but it could be a
Okay.
little shorter because we cut out some
Okay,
stuff. So
I'll let her know.
I can take out this intermission here for a second. Think about what you're gonna say.
about an hour 30ish in. Just
I
telling
just
you.
got the Snapchat video. I'm nervous to open it. It's probably her crying. But I just sent Anthony one of those a little bit ago. I said, here's what you have to look forward to. Everything's great.
You're gonna love it.
set on the table. Babies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Eventually.
Is it my
Disclaimer, he is not pregnant.
Yes.
Well,
it's my
his
fault.
wife.
Yeah, it's my fault. I know. We had him take a picture with Charlie the other day and send it to
Listen.
Winsome, and
I held Charlie last weekend. Made me want a third one bad. Bad, dude.
she's a doll.
Oh my goodness.
She is a doll.
They weren't so expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now she's not.
They
right
will.
now she's not.
They'll get there.
She's gonna get there eventually. Listen, I'm gonna have to start selling like breast milk or something, dude, because it's insane.
I know a guy that'll buy it.
I have no
Yeah.
freezer room.
Shout out McCoy.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together. That is so funny. Shout out McCoy.
Anyway,
Bigfoot, Sasquatch.
where can people find you, my man? Instagram, Facebook, all that fun
If
stuff.
you want to shout it
If you
out,
want
you don't
to.
have to.
You
You
don't
can
have
shout
to.
out United Whitetail too if you want.
No,
Well,
yeah.
which we already
Shout out
did.
United Whitetail. Don't know how much we're going to do on there. We're going to try to get some deer down.
You got an
And-
Instagram page?
Yeah, I think it is B Lutz 1, I believe.
No, not yours. I don't care about you.
Oh, yeah.
United Whitetail.
Yeah, I think it is
already followed
United
you.
Whitetail.
Is it?
I think so. Let me double check it.
I'll look it up.
And also, if you're in Western Pennsylvania and you need a deck or anything like that done,
Yeah, exactly.
Hit us up after archery season.
yes.
They're available on Sundays, except for the 3 in late
Yeah,
November
the 3 that we can hunt.
and December.
They install decks and Speedos, just saying.
It is a good look.
It is a good look.
And we wear leather.
Whoa.
Leather Zinny boys.
Free estimates. Yeah,
I'm trying
it's
to look it
factored
up.
into the bid. Trick of the trade.
Trick of the trade.
I just bought my first hat off of them as well.
Let's go.
You guys got them for sale?
We do.
I want one
All right.
right now.
Do you want
I got
gray
the
or
gray
black?
one though.
Oh.
They've
Gray's
been
a good
rocking the
look.
I don't know.
the
I like that
blacks.
black a lot.
The black's clean.
I like the black.
The
got
gray
some
is
in my
nice.
truck.
It's got like the wood grain patch.
Yeah, they're clean.
They look good. I've needed a new gray hat. My gray hats are all just absolutely
Mine are wrecked, dude.
disgusting.
Wrecked.
Dude, it's the worst. I haven't even sweated in my gray one, and I went to put it on today. I was like, well, okay, can't wear this. Apparently,
Yeah.
I did sweat.
They look so good until they don't.
Dude,
Is
exactly.
it Whitetail _United?
Yes, or it's United_Whitetail.
Are you sure?
I think so. I'm
This
looking at
isn't
it
Never
right
mind.
now.
Yeah. Why isn't it coming up?
I don't know. Shadow ban.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Mark
Unbelievable.
Zuckerberg.
You son of a gun, you.
We're very influential. It's an election year. We're probably not going to get much traffic.
Yeah.
Not a lot of hunting going out there right now.
I'm a fan.
Oh man, I'll find it.
I dig it.
United _Whitetail. You just confirmed.
Shout out the boys.
And then B Lutz, not Lutz.
One.
Not much on there
he's-
unless you want to see some pictures of my baby.
We love you, Lutz.
We love you.
He's number 1 in my heart.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for the bringing the bourbon, the bone.
Absolutely.
Forletta, thank you for bringing your bourbon. It was very tasty.
You're the man.
Texas bourbon's not bad.
Yeah.
I will
Pretty good.
say. Pretty good.
Whiskey.
What's that stuff called? Garrison Brother, right?
Yeah, that is
Garrison
good
Brothers.
stuff.
Speaking of W's. Until next week.
Speaking of ease, I think this is the end, and the distraction is real.